Hello students, I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is unity in diversity or many in the one. Lesson plan: diversity in India, composite culture, cultural diversity, unity in diversity. Let's begin. India displays great variety in respect of people's attire, their mother tongue and the religion they profess. But we all are Indians and none of the differences stands in the way of our nationhood. Our love for the motherland is like the love of a child for its mother. तो बहुत diversity है, but still कोई सी भी आप religion के हो, अगर आप Indian हैं तो पहले आपका nation आता है. Now diversity in India. India is a vast country with mountains, rivers, plains, deserts, etc. There is a difference in climate from region to region. Some areas like the south and the northeast of India receive plenty of rainfall. The desert of Rajasthan, on the other hand, receives scanty rainfall. Climate influences occupations and cultural life of the people. Clothes, food, dress, music, folk, dance, etc. are all affected by the climate. The phrase revered land denotes cultural unity, that is, people being in agreement and acting together for a common cause. We all have a common inheritance, common culture, then you have common impressions of the past and a community of interests. Our cultural unity is the outcome of a common history of victories won and traditions created by a corporate effort. What constitutes a nation is not speaking the same language or professing the same religious faith, but a subjective psychological feeling. It is a sentiment of oneness which makes those who are charged with it feel that they are kith and kin. The greater the community of race, language and religion, the stronger would be the bond of nationhood. तो क्योंकि हमारे ancestrals जो आपकी community है, faith है, psychological victories है, history है, वो common point से आ रही है, which makes us diverse in our thinkings and psychological aspect. Now, the vastness of India has naturally produced a corresponding variety in respect of customs, traditions, languages and religions. Yet, India presents great unity in its apparent diversity. The diversities that India displays may be described as follow. Number one, diverse physical features. India is a country of enormous size and diversity. The mountain zone in the north comprises of many peaks and valleys. The plains of Ganga and the Indus are most densely populated areas on the earth. Most of this region is a fertile tract. The Sindh, Rajasthan deserts separate the lower Indus Valley from the Gangetic Valley, and the northern parts are marked out from the northern India by the Vindhya and the Satpura mountains. With a wide range of climatic conditions, India has a rich and varied flora, that is vegetation and plants. So इतना diverse climate है, उसकी वजह से जो आपका flora and fauna है, वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा diverse है, and it is rich in that. Then mixing of the various races. In our country, we meet the people of different racial groups, the tribal, the Dravidians, Indo-Aryans, the Turco-Iranians and the Mongolian or yellow skin people. Now make a list of the festivals that might have been celebrated by your friends. Go with Farhaz Khan, Gurpreet and then Anatomy. Make a list of the food that you have eaten from your different friends. Now third comes the religious and communal disparities. India presents a diversity in religious and communal spheres also. There is an undercurrent of religious unity among the various religious sects in the country. The worship of Vishnu and Shiva, though under different names, is a widespread in north and in the south. Even then, we can find all the world religions and the people of various communities, the Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, the Parsis, Jains and the Buddhists. India is a museum of various cults and creed. अलग-अलग नामों से भगवान को जाना जा सकता है, लेकिन religions भी आपके हमारी country में बहुत सारे देखने को मिलते हैं. Then comes the cultural diversity. Variety of languages. The living languages of India represent three great families of human speech. The Indo-Aryan family includes mainly Hindu, Marathi, Gujarati, Odia, Assamese and Punjabi, each having a great impact of Sanskrit literature. The intermingling of Persian and Arabic words with Hindi led to the evolution of a language known as Urdu. The Dravidian family includes the major languages of South India, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam. The third family includes the various dialects spoken by the tribal people. Municipality of languages enriched Indian culture in many ways. First, writers in India did produce a vast variety body of literature, both religious and secular. They are known for their great contribution in the field of philosophy, science and mathematics, medicines, etc. Valmiki, Kalidas and Aryabhat produced works which made them immortal. Second, writers such as Jayasi, Rahim and Then they have Ras Khan, made a rich contribution to Hindu literature. Urdu was equally patronized by Hindu scholars and this fostered national integration. अब इसके साथ साथ बहुत सारे राइटर्स आए जिन्होंने लोकल रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस और अलग अलग डायलेक्ट्स में भी अपनी बुक्स को निकाला. Then diversity in cuisine. Indian cuisine is highly diverse. The cultural diversity of India is reflected in its food. The ingredients used in the cooking differ from region to region. In southern parts of India and the coastal regions, coconut is widely used in the cooking. In North India in cooking, coconut is hardly used. Wheat is the staple food of the north and the west, while rice is consumed mostly in the southern and eastern parts of India. Coastal areas of Bengal, Maharashtra, and Kerala rely heavily on fish and other seafood. Different kinds of breads, naan, roti, paratha, etc. made from wheat are common in North India. For protein, vegetarians rely on wide range of pulses, both whole and split, and the dairy products. Dairy products including milk, cream, yogurt, buttermilk, sour cream and cheese are also consumed in India. तो country wise आप अलग अलग region में जाओगे आपको जो food habits हैं वो भी लोगों की different दिखेगी. Then diversity in religion. India is a land of religions, saints, rivers and holy places. There are probably more religions and sects in India than anywhere else on the earth. Apart from having nearly all the world's greatest religions represented, India is a birthplace of Hinduism and Buddhism, vital supporter of Zoroastrianism and home to Jainism. India has 7 major religions, many minor ones and 6 main ethnic groups. Religion is central to Indian culture and its practice can be seen in virtually every aspect of life in the country. Hinduism is the dominant faith of India, serving about 80% of the population. 14% embrace Islam and 4% are Sikhs and Christians. Others are Buddhist, Jains, Parsis, Baha'is, etc. तो आपको religions में भी बहुत diversity दिखेगी. बहुत सारे 7 तो main religions हैं, उसके अलावा कई minor religions भी इंडिया में present हैं. Now the composite culture. India may be described as a museum of cults and creeds, customs and cultures, faith and tongues, racial types and social systems. But in spite of all these differences, there is a basic unity in thinking, feelings and living conditions of India. For example, how do we explain composite culture? Indians have a common inheritance, common history and common impressions of the past. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru designated the culture of India as a composite culture that is made up of several different trends, traditions and influences. The Aryans and the Dravidians, no doubt, laid the basis of Indian culture, but the influence of the Greeks after the Alexander's invasion can also be seen in the fields of sculpture, astronomy and mathematics. The prolonged contact with Islam influenced every aspect of Indian life, religion, art, literature and social arrangement. During the last 200 years, the thought and culture of the West too influenced Indians greatly. The culture of India was thus shaped by a vast number of factors. तो Indo-Aryans आए, Dravidians आए, उसके बाद धीरे धीरे लेटेस्ट सेंचुरीज में आप देखोगे कि वेस्ट से भी इंडिया बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ है. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉम्पोजिट इन कल्चर. Now, the geographical conditions of India have gone a long way in building the social, economical and cultural life and lent it color and variety. The people living in various regions of the country behave differently. They have different living style, dress, eating habits, languages, music and religious faith. For example, life of people in northern plains is quite different from the life of a people in mountainous area और coastal areas. तो अलग अलग region में रहने वाले लोग हैं तो naturally climatic factors की वजह से उनका रहने सहने खाने पीने पहनावे का तरीका भी अलग ही होगा. Now look at the map of India and locate West Bengal and Jammu and Kashmir. Can you differentiate the geographical location of these states? How these states or regions would influence the life of people by the following ways: the food of people, the clothes they wear and the economic activities they do. तो आप लोकेट करिए पहले तो और फिर देखिए आसपास का क्लाइमेट कैसा है, उसके बेसिस पे डिपेंड हो जाएगा वहाँ के लोग क्या पहनते हैं, क्या खाते हैं और किस तरीके का ऑक्यूपेशन करते हैं. Now, because of natural and geographical diversity, the people of various regions had diversified life. Let us try to understand what we mean when we say that historical and geographical factors influence the diversity of a region. We can do this by reading about life in 2 different parts of the country, West Bengal and Jammu and Kashmir. So, West Bengal. It is situated in the eastern part of the country. It extends from the densely forested foothills of the Himalayas. The large part of the state is covered by old alluvial deposits brought by the streams coming from the west. Along wide belt of the delta running along the sea has a tidal forest popularly known as the Sundarbans, and this forest has numerous swamps of saline water. Summers are hot and humid. Humidity is high and weather is very tiring. 10 to 140 centimeter rain is received during this season, and winters are pleasantly cool and receive very little rainfall. Because of the delta region, alluvial deposits and high humidity, the main occupation of the people is agriculture. The main crops grown here are rice and jute. नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट पे आपका ये लाई करता है, alluvial deposit यहाँ पे है, इसी वजह से यहाँ का main occupation हो जाता है agriculture. Now, fishing is another main occupation of the people who are living near the coast. The staple diet of people is mainly rice and fish. A majority of people here eat rasagulla, chamcham and sondesh, and most of the people speak Bengali. ज़्यादा लोग बंगाली यहाँ पे बोलते हैं, कोस्टल एरियाज के पास रहते हैं, तो staple food इनका rice और fish हो जाता है. Then we have the lifestyle. It is very simple. They wear traditional Indian dresses. Women wear sari and blouse, and men wear kurta and dhoti. Durga Puja is the main festival of West Bengal. This state is the biggest producer of jute in the world. West Bengal has many worth-seeing places. The biggest attraction is the Victoria Memorial. It was built in 1922 in commemoration of Queen Victoria of England. In the beginning, the English had made Kolkata the capital of India. अब यहाँ पे जूट का तो ये वर्ल्ड में सबसे ज़्यादा लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर है, और बहुत सारी अट्रैक्शन टूरिस्ट प्लेसेस भी आपको यहाँ पर देखने को मिलती हैं. Second is Valley of Kashmir. It is situated in Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory in the northern part of India. It is surrounded by the loftiest Himalayas in the north. This valley has fertile alluvial soil, cool temperature climate and irrigation facilities. This supports a fairly dense population, winters being severely cold. Agricultural activity is mainly restricted to the summer season. The valley is drained by the river Jhelum. Small boats moved by the oars and commonly known as shikaras carry passengers on the rivers. Rice and maize are the major crops. Saffron, which is kesar, and temperate fruit crops are the distinctive products of the Valley of Kashmir. यहाँ पे लोग शिकारा boats पे जाते हैं travel करने के लिए, and you have saffron as a main crop, or rice and maize also grown here. The western part of the valley has a significant concentration of apple orchards. The wood, being soft of the walnut tree, is used for making fancy articles. The valley produces a seizable quantity of mulberry silk. People are engaged in doing embroidery work, pashmina shawls and handicrafts. In West Bengal and Kashmir Valley are quite different in terms of the physical features, economic activities and culture, but both are influenced by nationalism. They love their traditions, they have feelings of nationalism. अब आपको यहाँ पे अलग-अलग तरीके के fabrics भी देखने को मिलेंगे. So you have different cultural, diverse economic activities of both these places, but one thing which is in common is the nationalism. Now, unity in diversity. Despite religious, linguistic and other diversities, the cultural unit of India is recognized as a source of its strength. When the British ruled India, there were widespread unrest in the country. The extremists were out for a virtual war against the British. The revolutionaries had stepped up their violent activities. The Indians had no faith in the British government. They believed that the people of India could get their rights not by prayers, petitions and appeals, but only through the attainment of Swaraj. For this, they worked together to initiate joint actions, and they went to jail together and found different ways to oppose the British. Interestingly, the British government adopted repressive measures to curb this call for total independence from the foreign rule. The British thought that they could divide Indians because they were so different and then continue to rule them. But the people's sentiments did not die. The people showed that they could be different and yet be united in their battle against the British. तो इंडिया के लोगों को ब्रिटिश रूल के टाइम पे इतना समझ में आ गया था कि सिर्फ पिटिशन से तो बात नहीं बनेगी, स्वराज जो है उनको वो उसके लिए लड़ना पड़ेगा. Now don't forget the days of blood, oh friend. In the midst of your happiness, remember to shed a tear for us. The hunter has torn away every single flower. Do plant a flower in the desert garden, dear friend. Having fallen to bullets, we slept in Jallianwala Bagh. Do light a lamp on this lonely grave, oh friend. तो ये आपके जितने भी fighters हैं उनकी ज़बानी है ये. The blood of Hindus and Muslims flowed together today. Do soak your robe in this river of blood, dear friend. Some rot in jails while others lie in their graves. Do shed a tear for them, oh friend. Source Indian People's Theatre Association, IPTA. यानी कि आप किसी भी रिलीजन से हों, लेकिन हर किसी का खून यहाँ की आज़ादी में शामिल है, तो एटलीस्ट उनके लिए नेशनलिज्म को हमेशा सामने रखिए. ये आज़ादी आपको फ्री में नहीं मिली है. Now this song was sung after Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar, in which a British general Dyer with his troops entered the park and blocked the only exit. Without any warning, he ordered the troops to fire. The indiscriminate firing lasted for 10 minutes. The 1600 rounds killed about 1,000 people and injured another 2,000, including women, children, and old people. It was a calculated massacre. Do you know when did this inhuman massacre occur? It was 13th April 1919, that is the day of Baisakhi. The harvest festival of Punjab, which they celebrate with great pomp and show, ended in great tragedy. The song was sung at the festival of the Punjabis, which they celebrate with great pomp and show. A national movement prompted the spirit of common brotherhood, surpassing religious and regional diversity. It brought people of all the communities, Hindu, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians and Parsis, and from all land, Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, on a common platform. This period witnessed the production of outstanding patriotic songs. These songs and symbols that emerged during the freedom struggle serve as a constant reminder of our country's rich tradition of respect of diversity. Our national flag was used as a symbol of protest against the British by the people everywhere. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru says in his book, The Discovery of India, that Indian unity is not something imposed from outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The wildest tolerance of belief and custom was practiced and every variety and acknowledged, even encouraged. It was Nehru who coined the phrase unity in diversity to describe the country. तो हर रिलीजन का जो आपका सैक्रिफाइस है वो फ्रीडम के में शामिल हुआ है, इसीलिए नेशनलिज्म का जो आपका थॉट है वो सबसे अपफ्रंट आना चाहिए. और यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी सबसे पहली बार पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने ही इस टर्म को कॉइन करा था. Let's extract. India has 28 states and 8 union territories. Now, glossary: composite culture, made of several different trends, traditions and influences. Cultural unity: the inhabitants of different parts of India share a common culture. Diversity: being different. Unity in diversity: common inheritance and a common history. Now, let's recall: a love for the motherland is like the love of a child for its mother. Climate influences occupations and cultural life of the people. India is a country of enormous size and diversity. India presents diversity in religious and communal spheres. Our national flag was used as a symbol of protest against the British. Now let's move ahead to the exercise time. Darken the correct circle in the OMR sheet. Which language does not belong to the Indo-Aryan family? And this is Gujarati. Now fill in the blanks. The phrase revered land denotes to the land of the brave, जो इंडिया के लिए यूज किया गया था, or the diversity that India has. Now answer the following questions in few words. Which phrase was coined by Jawaharlal Nehru to describe India? It was unity in diversity. Answer the following questions in brief. Give the names of any 5 different foods of India. So you have South India में आपके पास डोसा वगैरह आ जाता है. Then you have rice, maize, barley, different kinds of food items. Answer the following questions in detail. India has unity in diversity. Explain this term coined by Pandit Nehru. So unity in diversity means कि एकता, आपकी जो अखंडता में एकता, यानी कि अलग अलग रिलीजन्स है, बहुत सारी डाइवर्सिटी है, स्टिल सारे लोग एक साथ रहते हैं as Indians. And then you have NCERT textbook questions. Please look for the answers yourselves. And with that, we're done with this chapter. Go through the entire chapter properly, and rest of the exercise questions, please do it yourselves.